Yeah, because we can make ourselves crazy there. We can also make ourselves crazy when we talk about the new plan and what's behind that, right?
Oh,
I mean,
goodness.
it, it's those things that I still can't make sense about in my head. Yet we drop bombs every day as a country.
Yeah, yeah,
someplace.
yeah. I mean, that's that's just a huge song, a huge topic for me, and I think the easiest way to say it is just if I'm an artist and trying to be a peaceful and kind person, then I should have a song in my catalog that just asks the question, why are we such a violent people when our brains are smart enough to tell us that it doesn't feel good. It's not the answer to our future. It's not the answer to our family's happiness, to our friends' happiness. It's just not. So, yeah.
There's this song that is, I think it's been out like 2 or 3 years, but I happened to just see the interview with John Bell from Widespread Panic a couple of days ago about this song that he wrote called Saint X, but it's about this children's author who wrote The Little Prince, and it's a French man, but in 1944 he was, I assume, drafted, or somehow he was in the army for France, and he was flying somewhere, not on a mission, but he was flying out somewhere, and was shot down by a German plane who was out solo also. So, they were just in the same airspace, and the German plane saw this. Well, anyway, they found this author's plane recently, last 5 or 10 years, and the German pilot knew that he was the one who shot him down because it was in this vicinity, and they were explaining how this famous author was shot down and killed. And this was the German pilot's favorite book, written by this guy.
No.
And it's just such an amazing story. And he said, if I'd known it was him, I wouldn't have shot him down. And it just makes me think about this song that you've written, and the thoughts that happen probably when you're in a plane. You just go, there's the enemy, which is, I think, what we have to be taught. We must destroy them. But somewhere down the road, we have to know that there's a person in that other, on the other side of that fence, and they have the same insecurities and feelings and want for peace, I hope, that we do. And I don't know, it was just an amazing story that I just discovered the last few days, and that they wrote a song about already. And I can't wait to kind of find this article more online to really dive into it. But, the German pilot was just, I don't know if he was beside himself, but it's just like, this was his favorite book. God. And he killed the author. And it's like, oh, wow.
There it is, right there.
Exactly.
There's the problem that we have to get to the bottom of. That, and that's more of a problem than guns, video games, mental health issues, religious wars. Like, why? Why can't we just see that we're the same species?
Yeah.
Why can't we just understand another person as different? We can't. We just can't do it. And that's where violence comes in. So, I mean, I picked guns with this song because guns are just, they're the symbol of violence for me. Yeah. They are the symbol. And I'm always careful to say that I still believe in responsible gun ownership, and I believe that there is a place. I've been on hikes in Alaska where I was glad the guide had a gun. Mm-hmm. There are places where it's the ultimate human protection, and it might come in handy. Yeah. And it's also a way to get food. I totally get it. But they are the symbol of violence for me, and they are actually the most cowardly symbol of violence that I think we have. And that would piss off a lot of gun owners. I was in this place the other day, and this guy had I can't remember the name of what it said on his t-shirt, but he just had guns blazing. He had obviously a license to carry, and he just had guns on each side of his belt, and we were in a subway.
Wow.
And he had a shirt on, to be even more provocative, a shirt that just said something like, I'll be the last man standing, or something.
Right, sure.
And he was not old. I mean, he wasn't like 60s in that older generation. He was in his 30s. Mm. And I just, the little New England kind of sarcastic guy in me just wants to walk up to him and just say, hey man, what are the guns for? But I don't want to get shot, so I didn't say anything. But it just, that to me, that man sums up how terrified we are. He might as well just had a shirt on that said, "I'm scared shitless." And I want to know what they're scared of, and what's so wrong with my upbringing, or what was so right with it, or
yeah, right, yeah, I hear you.
That I never had a weapon, and my friends didn't, and their parents didn't, and I mean, was it just as simple as like they were all Democrats? No, I mean, right. I just kind of lived in this peaceful place where there was cops, and oh my God, the cops work for the government. Yeah. But we know where that argument goes, so I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, I just know when I was a little kid, I got in a few fights on playground, and I don't even know why, but so I assume that there's an anger mechanism in people, and because there is, I mean, I still get angry, but I never get angry enough to shoot somebody, but I can see somebody getting angry enough, and it just happens to be there. That's
right.
It's good. I mean, you know, that's a huge thing that I don't know how to tackle, because my neighbors have guns, and honestly we get along fine, and they just use them for hunting. But if they got really angry or really drunk, would they do something stupid one night? I don't know, but
right,
you know, but again, you know, bigger, and it just I mean, I almost think, I don't know that it'll ever end, because people don't know how to contain their anger. So whatever level it's at, whether it's at the level of nations and planes flying at each other, and now drones, because we're so awesomely smart.
Right. We can just send up these things that aren't manned, that just kill people for us. Yeah, I think all I'm trying to do with that song is, I'm not trying to save the world, I promise. I'm just trying to just add some commentary for less violence. And if it takes 500 years, it's going to take a long time. Because when a guy walks into Subway with 2 guns on his belt and orders a ham and cheese sandwich, I have no idea how long it will take to not only change him, but his grandchildren from believing that you don't need a gun in Subway. You know, I don't know the answer.
Well, I wonder if, I think my solution for racism is the generation has to die.
Yeah, I think like that too sometimes.
And I don't know that that's a cynical way. I mean, you know, everything isn't cynical if I think it's my idea and it's a realistic idea, you know. But I mean, there is that one thing that I have to go, well, you know what? Because, I mean, for him and for many people, him wearing those guns on his sides and having that shirt is glorifying this country and freedom. In their mind, I think.
Yeah, it is for them.
You know, and I'm thinking, I feel less free in this Subway right now, because if this person really is angry, and I think he wants me to feel small.
Yeah.
You know, and just like you said, I want to go up to him and talk, but I also don't want to get shot. So, who wins? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who wins? And that's the end of the interview. Thank you.
Who wins?
God bless.
We're going to leave you on that question.
Wins?
And who wins? Well, in that situation,
dude,
I would have had a veggie sandwich to throw at him, so he might have won that situation.
Yeah, he might.
But then,
he's only winning the battle, not the war.
Well, then I'm dead, and he goes to jail, and that's where the song lyric "Your enemy has won" comes in.
And then your music will get huge.
Then maybe the world will hear it.